Bitcoin is asking for your financial support. We are sitting on the edge of a new damn cliff, and God, it's getting hard out there, folks. For the crypto nerds in the world. Isaac barely even felt like coming to work today.
Hey, that's a lie.
Came slooshing in here, slopping around in sweatpants or whatever.
I didn't get off work yesterday till 10:30.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
I didn't fall asleep till 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Crack the whip. The
I was up pretty late last night watching the effects of that hurricane
Yes.
on Florida. A lot of tornadoes, a lot of chaos. Prayers to everyone that is getting affected down there in Florida from this chaos. All the fires going on in Wyoming. I even did see Mexico got hit with a pretty bad amount of flooding. I think it was Acapulco or Alucapuco, something like that. But we have CPI reports coming out today causing insane Bitcoin volatility. FBI decides to raid the meme coin space based devs, but they're feds. Weird take. What part of the timeline are we in? And also potential whispers of President Zelensky of the Ukraine looking at a potential ceasefire deal with Russia. That'd be kind of interesting to see this actually go down. Shout out to everyone for joining me today. Isaac, glad you decided to show up to work.
Me too.
You know, your hair looks pretty good. Go back to that shot.
You.
Hold on.
Thank you. I know.
You're cleaning up nice.
Clean up nice.
Look at you.
know?
You're growing up.
Growing up.
Growing up.
I'm a big boy now.
Very nice. Deadwood, Gold Doge, Crypto Stevo, Green Day Profits, Johnny December, Two Bros Mining. He was up there in this Twitter space with us last night. Good to see, bro. Chris, Laserface. Yeah, Laserface. I think I've met Laserface in person. Maybe. Laserface, if I met you in person, its name, I just feel like I know you. And the Deadwood. Welcome welcome all to the blockchain basement. We are cooking here on YouTube, even with all the doldrums and the shitty part of the market. Shit. No, it's fine. That was a good look. I understand. You want to see it more, you know. 62,600 subscribers, but we're just about to tick this over to 62.7. Feeling good. If you're not already, follow me on Twitter at DruthCrypto. If you're signed up on 2Bit but don't have the basement referral link cooking for you so I can get you in on the trading competitions, find me on Twitter at DruthCrypto. And send me your user ID. I got the C90FTW fixed up in there. I know there's a bunch of people out there trading, and just want to make sure that you guys are lumped into our trading competitions. We sent out the Arculus card to, I think it was Two Bros Mining, won the Arculus card. So we got that Arculus card going out to you, brother. Appreciate you for joining us on that. And my Twitter, hey, Johnny December, member for 7 months. You know, a little bit of prayer, a little bit of island breeze, and a salute. He's living his best life out there.
He is.
Living his best life. Robert Cosin, Drew, I have 4 kids with 5 different women. That's a weird split right there, Robert.
That's a weird ratio, but good for you, I guess.
I don't know how you pulled that off. Incredible. Veteran Crypto, what is that? But if you're on Twitter, I don't even know if I have any fake profiles because I'm not a shill lord or whatever. But it's just at Druth Crypto, and this is my account of 2,900 followers. Finally hit 2,900. Look at that.
You're cooking.
We might get to 3K. Who knows? But I just refuse to shill into communities with dead projects to get more followers. I'm not going to do it.
That's fair.
Not going to do it. It's not worth it.
Not worth it.
It's not worth it. I want just a few good men and women. Prayers out for Nicole Minnis. I think she was out there getting a tattoo right now. But let's check this out. So on the old 2-bit here, look at this.
Disgusting.
Quick ride to hell we are on right now, folks. Great times being had by all. So good. Isaac, you chaotically tried to enter along this morning?
Yep. I entered
got
along.
stopped out, though, right?
I got stopped out. Lost 16%.
Yeah.
It was great. I love it. I love it so much.
That's like your initiation. You know, it's like the initiation into trading here. Let's go to the expanded view. Why isn't this pulling expanded view for me? I want to see this. I want to see the whole chart and nothing but the chart. What the hell is this? God. Sometimes these IMAX drive me nuts. We might have to go to trading view and get this going here. Take all these damn indicators off. Bam. All right. So where we're sitting right now was at a point in time a moment of support here on the early inception of our ETFs. Times were good.
We're great.
Money flowed like wine.
All-time highs were breached.
The sounds of Capistrano were had right here. You know,
now I'm more broke than I was before.
Now you're more broke than you were before. Feels good, man. So this was a support level for a time being outside of this moment here. And then it just started breaking down. We got pretty well below it, and now we are sitting here fighting for our right to party above $60,000. And by God, it is looking sketchy right now. Not gonna lie, we are on the edge of a pretty nasty cliff. See if I can back this up. Maybe I'll just restart this. Just go back in here. She's losing her mind. You see, I don't think you can see how many tabs I have, but I have about maybe 50 things to go over today. Yes. The world is doing all kinds of stuff, so we got all kinds of stuff to cover. Let's go here to the 4 hour, back this up. So what I'm looking here for is the volume node. See how thick this volume. I was looking at this morning, and it really struck me just how thick this shit is right here. So over the past, time frame of playing around at the $60,000 level, this volume node is damn near coming up all the way to the levels of what we saw at 63.4. So, we're holding on by the edge of our teeth on Bitcoin price. We'll see if we can hold this spot. I know there's a lot of reason to be looking below this. We're right at the edge of it. Shout out to O Camino. What was it? O Camino.
Camino.
Buy the fear. Buy the fear. And you know what? I was talking about that yesterday. Seeing this shit fall apart. Kind of excited that I got the dry powder to use.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Feels good. Feels good. Shout out to you. Thanks for being a member of the channel. Granny's Garden up in here. Drew P. Balls. Let's see here. K-Jam. Green Day Profits, obviously. K-Jam wants to win an Oculus. Get after it, buddy. K-Jam was in the space with us last night, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, K-Jam was up in there. So what are we looking at here on the news side? We got Mt. Gox extending its repayment deadline to the October 31st of 2025.
Interesting.
Holy shit. Man, I think we dodged a bullet there, but this might make the pullback after the market's done nasty.
Yeah, we might
nasty.
Down below.
This will hit that 4-year cycle. I mean, if the 4-year cycle follows suit, and then we hit the ranges of like super all-time highs, September, October-ish, and then all of a sudden Mt. Gox repayments come flushing out, man, that'll get nasty real quick.
Yeah, we're going to zero.
Watch out for that. Veteran Crypto, spaces on X do hate you. Every time Veteran tries to get on our X space, it just absolutely rugs him. I don't know what the hell is going on with his system out there. Maybe he even has Starlink. He's got Elon Musk's system trying to come in there, minding his own business.
Are you running spaces off of your computer?
No, I run it off my phone.
Well, I know that. I'm talking about a veteran.
No, he's just trying to join. I think he tries to join off his computer, though. That might be what it is.
That might be why. I tried it on my computer, and I got yelled at in space by Nick. Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Well, I yelled. I helped, too.
Yeah, you did help. It was great.
But it feels good to yell at you sometimes, But I do it in a loving and enduring manner. I really feel like that. Now, let's look at this. Giovanni, the Bitcoin power law guy, going to stop to say at a point it is, as I told before, but yeah, market not ready. Liquidity going down a bit. Hopefully it recovers soon. I think we're still on track for a November bull market by his accounts. This is the power law. It's a different approach than the plan B perspective, but it's really kind of high, like angling at a $125,000 to $150,000 Bitcoin at the blow off peak. And it does have an idea. God, this dog is playing with a ball right next to me. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
The power law is basically angling for 125 to 150 in a similar time frame of a blow off top around October, November of 2025. So I'm going to keep following the power law. I think this guy is a genius mathematician. He does some crazy work to come up with his reasoning for the power law. If you haven't had a chance to look into his theories, it's definitely worth the follow. Even if you don't agree with him, Bitcoin _power _law is at Giovanni 3508411111. So check it out. Now got the global money supply hitting all-time highs of $107 trillion. Fantastic. We got some money printers, some global money supply extremes happening here. We all know Bitcoin, it doesn't move right away when this money supply pumps up, but in tandem follows suit shortly after. Love to see it. We also have this. China central bank kicks off a $500 billion yuan swap facility to aid the stock market. We saw the jackknifes back and forth, extreme upside, massive downside, and meanwhile, Hong Kong exchange falling off the face of the cliff. Now we see an emergency swap line, a facility similar to the bank term funding program that's rolled out by the United States March of 2023, still in place. And this is just a further sign of macroeconomic sickness that will at a point come unwinding on us. How long we have till this moment comes and the system, the bubble does pop.
Oh, well.
Only time will tell. I mean, oh God, you got the shot. Look at him.
Got the shot. Look at
You
him
got the shot. This dog, he's a good dog though.
He's a great dog.
He's a good dog. He's pretty smart. He may not look it. He may not
Definitely
look it.
does not look it.
Yeah. He's very fast as well. Now this Bitcoin price target, see $135,000 in 2025. If Bitcoin bulls avoid a 25% dip. Let's check out what a 25% dip would look like from the moment this time frame we're at right now. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so let's say we lose good googly moogly. We're gonna have to back up. This is where the scary stuff comes into play. But you know, Bitcoin's capable of this violence. Very capable of this violence. Let's see here.
And we're here for it too.
Oh, 45. That'd be 45. So basic market analysts would say as long as you don't break down below the $51,000 level, you're still in line for 135. Honestly, I kind of disagree with that. I think even if we did fall to the 40K, 50K realm, I think we'd still be capable of a 135, 150 bull market. I do.
I agree with that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's just we're spoiled, you guys. I keep saying it, but if price and time frame lined up as it did in the last cycles, we'd be sitting here toiling, wondering if we made a mistake in between $30,000 to $45,000 per Bitcoin right now. If history actually followed suit, we didn't get that. We're sitting here playing around in the 60K range. We just have, we want moon. When moon?
When
moon?
Sky.
It's coming. I feel like it's coming. And you know what? Here's a great perspective. As we're sitting here white knuckling our crypto Bitcoin bags, this wife found out her husband sold. Let's have a listen.
Finding out that you sold our Bitcoin when we needed that for something that I wanted to use it for. Bitcoin was high and I thought it was a good time to pay off a large chunk of our mortgage. I was just excited to log into my account and see how much it had grown. And then I go and I see that it's gone. So, shock, major shock. And he sold it when it was much lower than it is now. So, of course, I was very angry. You don't do that without having a discussion. That's what bothered me. The worst part was that you had sold it years ago. And that's what was so upsetting. And then that spiraled into learning about all the other that you've been hiding from me. He had, some other bills from our previous business that he needed to clear up. I had a handbag line all those years ago. It wasn't my business. Yeah, it was not for me. And we went into debt because of it. I thought we were out.
Jesus, imagine this. Man, that's going to be awkward. What do you think the over and under is that she gets a divorce now? Think it's strong?
Like percentage-wise?
Yeah, percentage-wise. If you had to pick.
58.2%.
Oh, you're like giving it halfway. No, give me a yes or no. They getting divorced?
Possibly. I mean, he sold the Bitcoin when it was much lower years ago.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Here's how it's going to go. She's not going to divorce him right away. She's going to cheat on him. And then they're going to get divorced after that. After she lines up her next spot.
With someone who has way more Bitcoin
than with
he
someone,
ever had.
She's going to go to a Bitcoin Vegas. That's where she's going to go find her next squeeze. I bet you. You know what? We're going to watch that. That's going to happen.
Betting this on Polymarket right now.
Dude, speaking of Polymarket, we got to check it. Thank you for the reminder.
No problem.
I have to check out Polymarket real quick. We've seen some pretty big swings on the presidential election here. My hair's looking nuts. I'm going to have to work out like a savage after this. I was kind of tired this morning. Stayed up way too late. I've had to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. It's a lot of work.
Jeez.
A lot of work.
Okay, we'll work out hard after this.
All right, so let's see here. Presidential election winner. Not too crazy of a swing. We're sitting here 56% thinking Donald Trump, 43% thinking Kamala Harris. Now let's see what CNN election poll says. Let's see how bad the PSYOP is here. Let's go here. Let's go to CNN. I can't believe I'm on CNN's website. This is the worst day of my life.
This is a low point for the channel.
This is a really low point for the channel here. Where the hell are the polls? Let's see here. I know they're on here somewhere. Let's see. I just want to see how bad the PSYOP is. Like, what are they trying to sell us? Let's see. Poll tracking. President Biden's approval rating. Let's do Harris, Trump. I want to find out. 2 hours ago. They don't even want to say anymore. Do you see this? They don't even want to show the polls anymore. This is actually a good sign.
This is a great sign.
This is actually a pretty good sign. Polls show Harris and Trump stand in swing states. Yada, yada, yada. Because I know they were trying to sell it's half and half. I fucking doubt it. We're going to come back to this here. But we have the info. Another PSYOP. More PSYOPs. We got a lot of PSYOPs to talk about. Now, U.S. inflation falls to 2.4%. Higher than expectations. Apparently, they were expecting like a 2.3% inflation. They're getting close to a sustainable 2% inflation. Now, let's just stop here and digest what I just said.
Yes.
The Federal Reserve is trying to aim at just a 2% year-over-year inflation rate on your dollar, your savings, the money that they tell you, go out there, save hard, work hard, put it all together, and you can retire. They're aiming to just rug it by 2% a year. Okay, so we got that. This is all based out of a private organization called the Federal Reserve. Okay, so how in the hell have we accepted fake numbers from a supposedly private institution named the Federal Reserve, and now they're aiming to just rug us by 2% a year? This is what being beat down and gaslit into submission looks like for the United States people. And it is my opinion that they will be able to continue this arbitrage until we literally abolish the Federal Reserve. They're using fake inflation data to spit in the face of the middle and lower class people who are sitting here hawk-2-ing it.
Hawk-2-ing it.
They're hawk-2-ing it. Thank
exactly.
you.
You're so
and they're doing this to people that it hurts the most. The middle class, the lower class. We're seeing things like this with auto insurance prices hitting a new all-time high of 56% in the last 4 years. Your auto insurance up 56% over the last few years here. And by God, if you're in Florida, it's going to get worse.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's going to get worse.
Tell us the inflation rate is 2.4% with a straight face.
Yeah, it's such bullshit. And then, you know what? Another thing that this is just the reason why I'm showing you this 56% increase, right? Okay. But in California, in all of these Democratic hellholes, there's shitloads of undocumented drivers that are getting into accidents, causing massive amounts of pain for insurance companies and people alike, causing injuries, damage to locations. And the people that are stupid enough to pay for the insurance are left with the bill, because guess what? They get in the accident, the premium increases, the insurance company has to pay out and cover everything, even though you have this illegal driving around with no sort of connection to responsibility of the situation. By God, no. No, give them more free shit so that they can drive their vehicle into another Popeye's chicken. It's a great time being had by all out there, and it's going to get worse. As long as the border stays open and we stop acknowledging what's actually going on in the world around us, it's going to continue to get worse. We have to stand up and stop this from happening. Now,
preach.
Again, more angering thing. I'm going to get lit today.
This is a great day.
I think I need more black coffee. Hold on. It's as black as my heart. You know, nothing in this. I saw Nick was putting salt in his coffees. Has anyone ever heard of that?
Whoa,
putting salt in the coffee?
That's diabolical.
It's diabolical. It sounds kind of interesting. Like maybe get electrolytes or something out of it. Look, I got my mullet on the way back. I'm going to get rowdier. The longer the mullet gets, the more rowdy I'll become. You know, when I came to Georgia, I had a flowing mullet. It was a beautiful thing. Now this, and this is part of what drove me out of Colorado. Great Britain. Unregistered chickens could land their owners in jail if you have an illegal cock. You better watch out. Let's check it out here. Today is the deadline day for British chicken owners to register each of their individual birds with the state. From October 1st, it'll be illegal to keep unregistered chickens in England, Wales, and Scotland. The new law also applies to pigeons and birds of prey. What?
Okay, I was not expecting
I can't believe
pigeons.
they had to highlight the pigeons. What the hell is going on? That's who said it. Taco. It removes the bitterness. You know what? I like the bitterness.
Remember that, Michael King. Plus,
I like the bitterness of the coffee. I don't think I should do that. I like how it bites. It makes me feel alive. You know,
we're already bitter enough.
Formally, the regulations are to aid preparedness for the avian flu, of course, and similar diseases. However, some observers are hinting that the law means that the parliament is losing focus on big issues. Oh, you mean like completely being replaced as a demographic and being forced into situations where you have spots in the city where the police cannot even go because they'll get their asses kicked into an inch of their life? No, those aren't issues. We got to talk about people's cocks in the backs of their yard. Former Conservative and UKIP MP Douglas Carswell noted, in Britain, from next Tuesday, it'll be a criminal offense to keep a chicken without registering it to the authorities. Clown country indeed. My God, how can they say this with a straight face? This guy's got a very punchable face. I mean, my God. Now, reading on, under previous rules, flocks of 50 or more had to be registered with the government's Department of Environment, Food, and Rural Affairs, DERFA. What a bunch of DERFs. Now the laws are being extended to cover individual birds, whether the eggs are destined for commercial or personal consumption. Literally, having one bird is going to qualify you to need to register and get a license for your bird in Britain.
Even if it's a random pigeon.
Even
or
if it's a
bird
random
of
pigeon.
prey.
What if it's a random cock from your neighbor that just ran into the backyard? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you do then?
Fight the neighbor.
You
get your cock out of my yard.
Dude, you know what? I wonder where those rapey cocks I kicked off my area are. I kicked them out of the prairie. I haven't seen them in a while, but I hear them. I hear them out in the woods. Following the consultation exercise under Rishi Sunak, his wife's just a lovely simp for CBDC rollouts. Love it. Previous government attracting fewer than 3,500 respondents. The Labour government is implementing the new measure. Only 13% of those taking part in the survey thought the new rules applying to individual birds was needed. Most of the people do not think that this is necessary. It doesn't matter what the people think anymore, does it? Right? We just get to trust these bureaucrats to make all the decisions for us. We get to know nothing about them, and they know everything about us. My God. I want to go through the chat here. I use 1 teaspoon of isopropyl to take away the bitterness. Interesting. The rich have falcons. I hate it when random cocks run onto your yard. Absolutely, Crypto Steve. I understand the feeling. Now, this is largely why, this control in Colorado and Boulder, they have this thing, everyone knows. It's the HOA. And they threaten you if you have a chicken on your property. They won't allow chickens in a lot of these HOAs, especially in the HOA that I was in. I was off some stupid golf course. So during the pandemic, they're talking about food shortages. I'm like, okay, I'm going to build a garden, a massive garden in the little area that I did. I just stacked the plants up, built up some, they were like lattice trellis so that the plants could grow upwards. And also I put a bunch of chickens out. Well, lo and behold, I started getting yelled at by the neighbors, right? And so that is what part of the reason that pushed me over the edge of literally just enough with this city garbage, enough with these idiots threatening a lien on my house over having a chicken in my backyard during an economic shutdown. Really? You're going to tell me that I can't produce my own food in my backyard and threaten a lien on my home? Kiss my ass. So I left, never looked back. I really feel good about it. And you know what? I'm never going to live in another HOA. Absolutely never going to. They have this little inch of control that you give these Karens, and they just go way overboard with it. They try to be hyper controlling. Yeah. Are you in an HOA?
I am in an HOA.
Oh my God.
HOA hates me.
Oh yeah. Well, don't they have like a file on you or something?
They have a file. They have photos. They have everything.
Just some kid with a mop top and their grainy photos. If seen. Call Karen.
Call Karen.
Yeah,
there's
let her
pictures
know.
of me with chairs over my head at the pool. It's great. I love it.
Now we had this. This might be good for peace around the world. Zelensky suddenly ready for a ceasefire. Maybe he thinks that Trump's actually going to win this one. And if he doesn't call out for this to happen, then Trump's going to be able to negotiate something with Putin. Might be giving away some more Ukrainian land beyond the little lines that are drawn on the sand right now. But we are seeing reports, Italian newspapers, and a couple other publications highlighting Zelensky suddenly ready to talk about a ceasefire. Ukrainian president before Schultz still in talks with the Pope. And so far, you know, it looks like he's trying, Zelensky's trying to retain the lines that are Ukrainian currently and let Russia have what they have already. Honestly, I think if the Orange One returns, he's probably going to reach a deal with Putin, and they're going to get a little bit more than that. I think that they're going to get a little bit more than that. I don't. When Zelensky was standing next to Trump, I didn't get the feeling that Trump was like, yeah, this guy's pretty cool. I'm going to stand with this guy.
She's like, you need to stop this.
Yeah, and Zelensky was like this child that was in trouble standing next to Trump. You know what I mean? It's just like, it looked pretty awkward. Just the body language in and of itself, I can kind of tell where this is going. Now, highlight on what's going on in Wyoming. It's been on fire for days, and many people are not hearing about it. Nowhere to be found on the mainstream media. This is some views from the aerial visual. Let's check it out. I think we're up to above 100,000 acres burned so far.
Interesting.
We need to look up how much of this has been contained, though, real quick. Wyoming fire. Containment. Let's see if they got it under control. News. See, they're barely even reporting on this. I know that this is over 100,000, and all the reports of mainstream media are just highlighting what was known like 3 days ago. We need people that are from Wyoming to be giving us the actual info on this. Let's see if we can go to
people in the air.
Well, let's go to X. Let's see if X. We're gonna don't let me raw dog X. Okay.
I know better than that. Okay.
Don't let me raw dog X. There might be some meme coin chiller grinding a pole if I go on here raw. So let's see here. Wyoming. And then fire, containment. Bam. All right, let's see here. Yeah, we don't got anything as of late. Okay. Oh, no. We need an update on this. I don't have any updated info other than the 75,000. I've seen some other reports calling that it's actually at 100,000. So we need to find out how actually contained this fire is by now. Here's another one. This guy, let's have a listen to what he says.
Can somebody tell me why the entire state of Wyoming is on fire right now and nobody even knows this? Multiple counties have been affected with over 100,000 acres on fire with zero containment. Now you're asking yourself, what is going on with these natural disasters and smart cities and land grabs? You guys, I looked into this one. This is the biggest one yet. First, let's start with where the biggest fires are, starting with the Elk Fire with over 74,000 acres currently on fire. Elk is located in the Sheridan County, and the other counties on fire is the Telton County and the Fremont County with 58,000 acres combined with zero containment. This list shows all the fires that happened this year in Wyoming from the start date and containment date and what caused them. Some were caused by human activity and some, like this one, was caused by lightning, but I'll reserve judgment on that. But here's a weird thing about the last two. So the Telton County and the Fremont County actually merged together on October 5th, but started in August 16th. Now, it's not so much that the fires merge, that happens all the time, and these two counties are next to each other, but it's the timing. It's 2 months later, and you had multiple containments in between these fires. Now, you could say this is a land grab, with Wyoming being number 6 with the most land owned by the federal government with over 46%, but it's way more nefarious than that. Now, you remember that first county I showed you, Sheridan, with over 70,000 acres on fire? Yeah, they just found the biggest deposit of rare earth minerals worth $37 billion. Now, the question is, does the government own this land? It says here the Sheridan County, Wyoming is a governmental entity that operates under the jurisdiction of the state of Wyoming, but it is not owned by the U.S. government. Now, another question is, can the government take this land? It says the government can take private property during a disaster under the power of eminent domain, which allows for the acquisition of the property for public use provided that the owner is compensated. However, this typically occurs when the property is needed for emergency response efforts. Oh, like a fire caused by lightning? Got it. Oh, it doesn't stop there. So the company Wyoming Rare got $450 million from the feds for their Hollow Creek project because they found even more rare earth minerals on the other side of Wyoming. This is a tens of billions of dollars play because they said it's so big that it could be a world leader of how much minerals they have.
Jesus.
Interesting.
There it is.
There it is.
There's a bunch of fucking lithium in Wyoming.
Quinky dink? I
This
think
is
not.
it. What do you guys? I mean, I see a bunch of people think it's land. And yes, Tampa already had the plan. You know, the 15-minute city. I think a lot of major cities already have the 15-minute city plan. So maybe they'll just burn them all down. And then North Carolina, man, it just makes you wonder. And then you get the administration out here, you know, because a lot of people were bringing up, hey, you know, why in the hell did you already have plans to do all this mineral grab in North Carolina? And now we're sitting here reeling after one of these. You know, we've had 2 massive storms in a row. Pretty intense. I mean, these things are serious.
I've heard there might be more.
There might be more. Absolutely. And now we have this. So this is from Hustle Bitch. What a name. Love the name. Biden, we're controlling the weather. It's beyond ridiculous. It's got to stop. CI director. Yes, we definitely can control the weather. C-SPAN left scratching their heads. Let's have a listen here.
The claims are getting even more bizarre. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, a congresswoman from Georgia, is now saying the federal government is literally controlling the weather. We're controlling the weather. It's beyond ridiculous. It's got to stop. In moments like this, there are no red or blue states. There's one United States of America, where neighbors are helping neighbors. Volunteers and first responders are risking everything, including their own lives, to help their fellow Americans.
This is interesting to think about. What kind of black swan would make the right and left forced to get along once again, right? Burning and blowing their entire cities off the map. Massive natural disasters. Now you have the conversation of climate change is real. See? And now you have all of these influencers and all these, you know, even the weather people, they're starting to cry. They're starting to say, climate change is so real. It's impacting all of us. It's so... The result of what's going on and them immediately highlighting it's climate change. It's your fault, humans. We need to downsize, right? The immediate reaction of the talking heads makes me wonder. And here's the CIA director. Let's have a listen.
Example is the array of technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI. A method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do. An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels. This process is also relatively...
Hold on. We're going back.
Some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels.
They literally tell us exactly why they're doing these things within the explanation of their capabilities of what they can do with weather manipulation. Gives us time to transition from fossil fuels. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. Meaning dehumanizing the human value on Earth, saying that we're the problem. Climate change is going to wipe us off the planet. We must change now. No one seems to want to acknowledge the Dust Bowl. No one wants to acknowledge the cyclical nature of this Earth and how solar maximums and minimums play into climate change anyways. The climate changes. Yes, we are on planet Earth. How much of an effect do we really have on changing the actual climate around us? My opinion, probably pretty fucking minimal. Now, the conversation about it is going to push these masters of the puppets into the conversation power where the right and the left will be like, okay, our town's burned down. We need to acknowledge that we don't deserve to live anymore. We need to all get into 15-minute cities and just give up all of our fundamental rights. That's where they're trying to push us to. And I implore the people that are watching this show and that are thinking logically for themselves to really, really dig into this thesis, antithesis, solution, Hegelian dialect. They're using it directly on everyone right now in front of God and country. And I don't feel like many people are calling this out. I really don't feel like this result of what we've seen from these massive weather occurrences has been talked about. Like, why are they immediately, see, Greta Thunberg was right. We're all going to die. We need to stop all this oil and gas exploration. It just doesn't stop. It's absolutely insane. Now this, just a highlight. Bill Gates also holds a hurricane modification patent No big deal. Master of geoengineering. This is the guy who did the goal zero conversation about 2010. How do you get climate to come back into norm? Well, you got to erase one of the wild variables that's part of the equation, and that variable is you, is the human that is sitting here causing all the problems. Man, what an interesting time to be alive. Oh, I got so much to go through. And as all this going on, Brian Romel, why in the hell am I, some old guy in a garage, diving dumpsters to save all physical media and scraping as much of the internet as I can afford, is the only one that's sounding this red alert? What in the hell? As I said, for over 3 decades, a few cared to understand we are moving from the information age to the amnesia age. Internet archive has been attacked, and the aim is to delete it. Do you hear me now? A large ethical AI company that does not come to aid is worthless. They're wiping the Wayback Machine in live time of all of this data and all of the information that's out there already on our capabilities with weather modification. They don't want it to come to light. They're deleting the history. Looks like Bitcoin is falling off a fucking face of the earth. Let's go check it out here.
60,100 right now.
60,000. Let's go check it out.
Oh, good. It's different. I'm on TradingView.
Oh my God. This is just hell. Where are we? Hades? Yes. What is this? Hell. Where am I? Hell. Let's go to the 1 hour. That's our new favorite saying.
It is.
That's our new favorite saying. So now we're playing in with the bottom ends of this little support spot. This shit didn't hold at all. I mean, this was just pure violence. Move my face out of the way so you can see this. We get a little moment of happiness. Wham! Happy. Wham! Happy. Worse! And then we crawl up here. Everyone's like thinking everything's all right. We're going to start cooking up. And then once again, just pure prison rape. So not a great sign for Bitcoin and price action. Let's see how the altcoins are doing in light of all this. My God. I mean, might be getting some discounts today. Aptos and SWE. I've been talking about SWE a lot. You guys know the idea that I have in my mind. SWE, I think it's going to be part of the bull market. I think it's going to probably get around 100 billion in market cap. But with that, I have a big question on how much of this supply is actually going to be out by the time the getting's good. Now, Athena still on a big pullback. But Tensor Tau, come on back home to daddy, baby. Come on back home to daddy. Let's see here. Where are we getting? Not deep enough. Not deep enough. Getting a good pullback, though. Man, if we can keep getting this life being drawn out of Bitcoin, we could get BitTensor in $300 range. That would be nice.
That would be nuts.
I really, really like that. Charts
really
didn't look this strong this morning to an upside. You're damn right. They look, and you know what? I was catching shit yesterday because of my Deathtober thumbnail. I thought that was a really great thumbnail.
That was a great
and
thumbnail.
We got clipped for $2,000 off of Bitcoin's price, like right after the stream. You know, so I don't know. You know,
are we marking it?
Take some notes. Now is a good time to buy SWE, not before. Yeah, I mean, right now, let's go look at the SWE's price because I think it could hit about $10. Like I'm thinking like 10 to $20. This is a much better upside, $1.77. The major hype and the shilling hits extreme levels when it was at like $2, of course. You know, but you know, I'll feel it out if we get like in the mid-dollar range because I feel like it's going to be part of the market, and I think it's going to hit. It does have the trajectory to hit around 100 billion. But I do wonder about the supply. The supply release can be adjusted according to network stability. That's the key word within their circulating supply metrics and how much tokens you should expect to be out by the time of the bull market actually being in fruition, mid-2025 and to 2025. So these are the things I'm thinking about. So we got book burning happening. This is crazy. Aiden Ross blessed Lieutenant Dan with a kick deal and a $100,000 boat. Something about this guy, though. Interesting. Lieutenant Dan. You know what? I had a Lieutenant Dan in my own life. When I turned 18 years old, the day I turned 18, I went up and got a tattoo. Because, you know, you gots to.
I'm working.
Because I'm an idiot. And then I bought a shotgun. But I also was driving past a McDonald's. And there was a Vietnam vet sitting there waiting for some help. And he called himself Lieutenant Dan. He sat there and talked to me about his whole life while holding a cigarette. And he was sitting over a coffee just like this. He's all, you dumb fucks. You know, he was just going off. And the cigarette burnt all the way down. And it was he didn't move the whole time. So the ash stayed there. It was the entire cigarette was an ash. It
Holy.
falls into his coffee,
He
takes a
drinks
sip.
it. Is that
And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, ash is the cleanest thing on earth, boy. And I was like, holy shit, that old man is ingenious. That really changed my life when you said that to me.
Did you start drinking ash after that?
You know what? When it happened in the cup, I didn't worry about it so much anymore. Yeah. Because it's already burned, you know? Like, really, what's in there? It's just ash and soot. How bad can it be for you? But this Lieutenant Dan that was riding out the hurricane chaos, he is an interesting guy. Was arrested for battering law enforcement officer and EMT with a violin. He's already up to $20,000 and accepted major offers for shelter. Hate grifters. Just an interesting background. Not the kind of guy I'm going to be sitting there sending a bunch of money to on a GoFundMe. This is insane too. So this guy apparently runs the Second American Revolution YouTube channel. 34 subscribers, huge. And he's out here just yelling at everyone all the time. Just Elmer Fudd, hardcore. He is responding to everyone talking about how to use ham radios or Baofeng radios. I wonder if it's a federal offense to advise people to commit a federal felony. FCC, what are the rules? He's tagging the FCC. Look at, Daddy, look at. There's not something I've actually read up on, bullshit, because I actually comply with the Part 97, but I'm sure other parts of Federal Register, that's generally a no-no. Now, this is the type of stuff really encompassed by this thought right here. We have all these ham nerds out here talking about their $50 licenses. The most unserious shit I've seen in this section of Twitter. No one gives a shit that you have permission from the government to use a big walkie-talkie. And if you are in a situation where your life depends on communication, I'm going to use the walkie-talkie. I'm not going to sit there. What if they find me as my house is being washed away? All the energy is gone. The cell phone service is gone. I'm going to hold off because the FCC might, get mad at me. Whatever. Now, this is fun. We highlighted the Afghan national that was supposedly planning an attack on Election Day. Well, turns out he was a CIA asset in Afghanistan.
Interesting.
CIA basically caught themselves. Good times being had by all. Man arrested on charges planning a terrorist attack on Election Day worked as a security guard in Afghanistan for the CIA. Wow.
Ooh.
Things really come full fruition there. And this, Drew, you're calling it and mauling it. Keep up the effing awesome job. You're a great dad. My indicator, I'm not crazy. Left my ass. Thank you for the super chat, Laserface. Appreciate you, man. I'm kind of on one today. I'm getting an early onset heartburn, but that doesn't matter. The man who was holding the Biolab responsible here in Georgia for the toxic fire is dead. Asked for a federal criminal investigation twice. Leaked video footage just released below. Environmental official Kenny Johnson dies after giving testimony about a toxic Biolab fire in Georgia. What a coinkydink. Kenny said that nobody listened to his warning that the Biolab facility was going to explode. Everyone in Rockdale County needs to go to the doctor to have their blood checked. For context, East Palestine saw approximately 2 million pounds of chlorine burn. Conyers has seen 12 to 20 million pounds.
Interesting.
That's not great.
That's definitely not great.
That's really bad. And now all that floated out to the Atlantic, swirling around in the damn upper atmosphere. Who knows? I mean, we haven't seen acid rain come from it yet. Just so crazy. And now this guy found dead right after the occurrence makes you ask many questions. But we have this. Democrats are asking questions about how sure their little lockup for the 2024 election is. Let's have a listen to this CNN correspondent.
Some new CNN reporting today about what is going on behind the scenes inside the Harris campaign and more broadly among Democrats who are growing more and more anxious about a 2016 redux. CNN's Priscilla Alvarez joins me now. Priscilla, we were just joking here at the table that anxious Democrats happen on a day that ends in Y, but this is something that perhaps is warranted given the data that they're seeing. Explain your great reporting.
Yeah, look, that's exactly right, Dana. And this has been a campaign that was described by multiple Democrats, allies, aides, to the vice president as a good vibes campaign. But what's also creeping in now is that anxiety. The reason for that is because these polls are not really moving, despite multiple battleground blitzes, despite the opportunities she has had across media outlets. there is still not a lot of movement from voters who are moving more towards her versus former President Donald Trump. In fact, I had one source describe it to me this way, quote, people are nervous. They know the polls are tight, and a lot of us are having these flashbacks to 2016, too. We know when it can go the wrong way, and it can still feel fresh. So
it could go the wrong way. What if we have a 2016 redux? You know,
great times.
I mean, it was really good times. Really good times had by all. Democrats feeling the pressure because camel toe's kind of wearing off. And now we have people in North Carolina making these types of videos. Let's have a listen to this.
I, Kamala Harris, am heartbroken by the hurricane. It breaks my heart. My heart is heartbroken. So to help the victims of the hurricane, I'll be sending another $600 million to Ukraine. That way, you can feel safe knowing you're making a difference to people in need.
Oh, tell them about our immigration policy.
What's that?
Tell them about our immigration policy.
Oh, I get it. So since we've been helping the victims of the hurricane by sending money to illegal immigrants so they have the help they need, we encourage everyone from North Carolina to go to Mexico and come back as an illegal immigrant. That way, we can help you help yourself.
Love it. You know what I mean? This is the kind of energy we're going into this election with.
It's also
and
true.
I'm here for it. You know, comedy is sometimes the only way you can deal with how insane this world has become. We also had this guy covered his little comments about how men that refuse to vote for a woman for president should be lined up and shot. Now everyone's feeling so bad for him because he's been removed from his position at the damn university. Just to amplify, the professor who said that the male Trump voter should be shot is Phil Lowcock. Lowcock. What the hell kind of name is
running
that?
around in his backyard?
He's got a third
undocumented?
leg. Well, I mean, he might. This might be a reference to the more so. I think it's a reference to a third leg. You know what I mean?
Possibly.
Below is his contact information. Here we go. That's good stuff.
She sent him an email.
Man, what a shame for that to get out. I hope he's okay. You know, and like the idea of protecting people that want to call for mass execution of men just because they choose who to vote for and they have the right to do so. Insane. Absolutely insane. You know what? F about and find out. Why don't you? And now we have the FBI making memes. Dev is based in Washington, D.C. Good times being had by all. The FBI launched a token named Next Fund AI as bait to catch market manipulation. On-chain data shows that the wallet that manipulated Saitama, and fuck this project, holy God, to earn more than $11 million once funded. The Next Fund AI deployer with 0.01 Ethereum. The manipulator wallet spent only $7,000 to buy 875 trillion Saitama tokens. That's when you know things are going wrong, when you're buying 800 trillion tokens for a couple grand. Like, what's going on there? They sold 687 trillion Saitama for $8 million on chain, deposited 737 trillion Saitama worth $2.75 million onto OKEX and Gate.io. During this period, the operator also bought Saitama back, spending only $230K. What a deal for them. By operating Saitama, only this wallet made more than $11 million. Absolutely insane to see. And people are out here auditing. They noticed the FBI, they tagged him in it too. I noticed that your smart contract are in direct violation of the MIT license and thus are subject to copyright infringement.
Damn.
Man, the FBI is breaking some eggs to make an omelet here. Clearly copy and pasted several of the Open Zeppelin libraries which use the MIT license but don't have the license on the code yourself. The MIT license states the permissionless notice shall be included in all copies or substantial portions of the software which you clearly did not adhere to in your contracts. And honestly, do they care? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. Going to be hard to take on the FBI, right? Now, we also have this. Apparently, the FBI own 1.7 billion tokens of a coin called Porn Rocket. So that's fun.
Interesting.
We have entered a really weird time frame in the crypto super cycle.
I knew meme coins were crazy, but
this is nuts.
FBI owning Porn Rocket.
Yeah. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Where is Bitcoin at? Have we died yet? Are we at zero? 60,196. Man, it's moving fast here. So let's keep moving through this. Here's fun. These are not meme coin charts. This is the woke mind virus in the New York Times and Washington Post, and all of their exponential increases in comments and citing of each one of these words. It's almost like there's a concerted movement to push specific narratives all at a given time. And honestly, these publications are unreadable at this point, but this should tell you, all lined up, same time frame, looking at the New York Times, Washington Post, it's a concerted movement to get the American public to think that these things are happening in mass. And they're succeeding with a large portion of the United States population, unfortunately, because people are retarded. So now we have Trump linked to World Liberty Financial to raise $300 million at a $1.5 billion valuation, rolling out WorldFi. This is going to be interesting. A lot of, like, DZ hates that he's doing this.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking it's pretty based. You know, like, to tell the SEC, kiss my ass. You know, I think that Trump is just pulling the Giga Chad movement here. The big old smile on his face just tells us the whole story right there. And God bless him. God bless him. Godspeed, good sir. Blockchain daily transactions update from Marty Party, October 8th. This is of yesterday, or a few days ago. Solana at 39 mil, SWI 22.4 mil, near protocol up there, kind of surprising at 6.8 mil. Base chain coming in at 5.7. BNB, the silent sleeping giant of this bull market, at 3.8 mil. Toncoin 1.2. Ethereum, how far they have fallen from grace, my God, 1.2 million. And then Cardano, 36K. What, should Isaac shave his head? Ooh,
Thanks
that's a good poll.
Drew P balls over here. Who here thinks Isaac should just shave his head? Let's do a poll. If we hit 25 likes,
dude,
go.
You're shaving your head, huh?
Apparently
they're gonna vote it in.
They're gonna vote it in. Of
You
course
know that they're gonna vote this
I
in.
know it's gonna be great. You're gonna see me next Monday with no hair on my head. It's
Yeah,
great.
It looks like Meanless just liquidated his porn rocket bags. Shout out to you, Meanless. You know, shout out to you, buddy. Now this for XRP Hopium, which is never going to happen. Ripple launching a crypto storage service for banks in a bid to diversify. Let's just read into this. San Francisco-based company told CNBC it's debuting its slew of features to enable banking and fintech clientele to keep and maintain digital tokens as part of the broader push into custody, a nascent business for Ripple under the Ripple Custody Division, which was formed last year. Features include pre-configured operational and policy settings, integration with Ripple's XRP Ledger blockchain platform, monitoring of anti-money laundering risk to maintain compliance, and new user interface that's easier to use and engage. Now, here's the thing. This is CNBC pushing Ripple. Look what they're doing. They're hammering down on the publications for the newcomers into crypto markets to be like, oh my God, CNBC, MSN, MSNBC, they all love XRP. What's with all these acronyms too? Jesus Christ. This is the argument. Like, this is seeing the absolute deluge of massive publications trying to push this constant ungodly hopium for XRP to reach an astronomical market cap evaluation makes me sick to my stomach. And a lot of people that are new to the market are going to see this thing and be like, wow, what a solid investment. Honestly, CNBC should be ashamed of themselves. And if you want to clarify what XRP is, it's a bridge currency. It goes from fiat to XRP, instantaneously sent. Very little fee, very little effect on the tokenomics design of it. And then it's immediately transferred into fiat, right? So these organizations, these massive banks and financial institutions have no incentive, nor any really allowance to hold XRP on their ledger books. We have to keep that well understood as we move through this market here. Now, this is C90FTW citing late last night in Key West. Wonder what the hell C90FTW was doing down there, riding the lightning right next to this buoy. We were watching this on the live stream, and I hope you're okay. C90FTW, if you're out there, give me a thumbs up in the chat, buddy. I'm thinking of you. Charles Hoskinson talking about the FUD going against Cardano. You all may have noticed the Twitter sentiment about Cardano has been more negative lately. This change isn't a reflection of our project somehow failing, but rather the desired result of Voltaire. There have been years of pent-up grievances, unexplored roadmap items, unfunded growth strategies, and needed partnerships that haven't been addressed due to Cardano's governance not scaling to meet the needs of the ecosystem. Now that Voltaire's here, the new governance is capable of listening and adapting to meet these needs, and also executing a new roadmap to grow the ecosystem dramatically. I have my own very long list of grievances that couldn't get addressed before. Working on Cardano native asset Midnight, I'm keenly aware that these things need to be done for CNAs to custody, from custody to liquidity. I'll do my part, but I'm glad that we have an actual government by and for the people of Cardano to work with and also do their part. It's the same for the stablecoin support. Yes, they very much so need a good stablecoin coming to this. Difference between Cardano and the rest of the crypto space is that we all do this together and it's out in the open. That's why we're loathed by a lot of others. There's backroom deals and dirty tricks that can't be hidden because there's no one to ask to do it under the table. Talk to Cardano. You have to talk to an on-chain government that is more than 100 countries, that never sleeps and is very passionate about the integrity, a long-term horizon about the growth and progress. And just at large, Cardano's price action so far has definitely sucked. But Cardano is one of the few altcoins that I feel like will survive multiple cycles. And that's saying a lot. I feel like Cardano, being one of the most decentralized out there and trying to do the right thing as far as how we would hope a decentralized blockchain would be designed, is going to give it longevity. Now, this market probably not going to see the $10 explosion on Cardano. I'm more so aiming at seeing it just accomplish near or at its all-time highs. But Cardano in the long term, for a longer term altcoin bet, I feel good about our Cardano. And I don't really feel like holding anything long term into this cycle, but in the nasty pullback of 2025, 2026, I'm probably going to be buying it. Doctor called Nicole Minnis surgery at 12:30 tomorrow. Be praying for you, Nicole Minnis. Holy God, she's going through it, man.
Yeah.
Guys, send your prayers to Nicole. She's a pillar of the channel. Hope you pull through on this. This is intense. It's intense. She's going through it, man. Met her multiple times in person. Now we have this. Hoskinson also moving 4 tons of supplies in his Black Hawk helicopter. He calls it Black Betty. Flying strong, delivering the pull-up diapers, delivering the kitty food. You know, what a guy. All the gas can containers. And you know what? Shout out to the community here, because Nick's Amazon list, it's getting filled up. The front of this building has a big old pile of goods that Nick will be bringing up with his church to Boone, North Carolina, along with shout out to Elevator Man for supporting us with the chainsaw. Nick is going to be loaded up and ready to go to help out people. We're going to keep it going.
Oh, yes.
They're thinking about heading out this weekend, I think he said, but he's waiting for the full go ahead with his church. So big shout out to you guys for supporting your local community, your national community. This is what true power is about. People, power to the people. Now this is the elephant in the room. I know I must discuss.
Fuck
New
you.
Genesis scam. This is a great account, by the way. Great account. I found this one last night. Thanks to that accumulator for sending me the shout out on it. Told everyone last year Ben Coin was working alongside his brother, the CEO of New Genesis, to scam all of the investors' funds from Ben Coin and New Coin. Feeling sorry for all the people who fell for the scam. This is in response to an official statement from New Genesis regarding the recent Ben Coin incident. Well, tell me more.
Please.
I am erect. Now, this is a good time. We at New Genesis regret to inform the community about a serious incident that occurred earlier today, June 13, 2024, that we hired a developer named Satoshi Tanaka after a thorough assessment to assist Ben Armstrong BitBoy in restoring the contracts and services of BenCoin. Satoshi was asked with helping restore Ben's existing services while working on building a new decentralized native network for the project. Unfortunately, earlier this morning, Satoshi gained unauthorized access to the multi-sig wallet and used for BenCoin and drained the remaining liquidity of the project. Oh my God.
Interesting. So that's what we saw on the beautiful chart this morning.
Yeah. Well, no, I can't even find, like, I tried to find the V2 contract address and I cannot find it. I literally cannot find the V2 contract address anymore. I can find the V1, and that one's being measured in like quadrillionths of a dollar, like some insane number. Now they're talking about, they're trying to reach out to local authorities and get it all fixed. I have my own thoughts on this, but you know what? Where there's smoke, there's fire. And you got to ask yourself, why does Ben no longer have BenCoin listed on his Twitter account?
I don't know.
That's an interesting question, right? Now we have this. This is insane. People are getting mad at Zach XPT for calling out Murad for holding $24 million in meme coins on Ethereum and Solana so the community can monitor his future activities. This is Zach basically just monitoring Murad, calling out how much value he has. And all these people are like pissed off that the person is being highlighted for how many meme coins they have. Honestly, like Murad loves being on podcasts and loves all the attention that comes with being one of these insiders on these meme coins, but then doesn't want to deal with the responsibility of it should he go and clip the project that he owns a shitload of the supply of. Then all of a sudden he's responsible for it. Man, you know what? Maybe don't rug people, right? Maybe have a fucking ounce of humanity in your heart and don't destroy people's portfolios. They try to fade you. If you're some big influencer, like, man, this guy's going to send it to the moon with me. I can hop in on the train. He's just, you know, I mean, this is my opinion, obviously, but a lot of times I see in these influencer rug pulls that they basically just attract a large audience into it to try to fade them, clip 5% of the supply right away, massive red candle, pain, guts all over the place, massive gains made, and then they laugh off into the sunset. Well, it sucks to be held accountable for those things, doesn't it? This kind of cool to see. Panasonic investing an additional $200 million in Conductive Ventures Fund, DAG's network door acquisition, highlighted as one of their major exits. Panasonic's latest $200 million investment in Conductive Ventures Fund 3 shows their commitment to fostering innovation, particularly in areas around blockchain tech. And I am of the very strong opinion we're going to see Panasonic acting as one of the big pillars for DePIN in this bull market. And we're going to see these mainstay names really kind of driving it home that it's a real thing coming to the markets. It's just that people don't realize it's coming yet. So we got a lot of stuff moving. Let's see where we're ending the show. Bitcoin's holding on for dear life just above $60,000. My God, can it survive? It fell down to 59,832 for a moment here. This is getting wiggy with it. Be interesting to see if we can hold this line in the sand here. 60K, very psychological, but there's definitely, let's go to the high block liquidity. Let's check this out. We have a partner link for High Block Capital down in the description. If you click the link, it'll auto-populate. Great partner of the channel. We're also partnered up with 2Bit. If you're trading this lightning, this absolute chaos with us, use code BASEMENT. And if you already signed up, didn't get the code BASEMENT, send me your user ID. I can get you in on the trading comps. I'm going to be getting on CoinW as well with their Telegram channel, and Josh and Arculus. If you don't have a cold storage wallet, get yourself one. Code BASE10. Get $10 off of it. These are all wonderful partners of the channel that I appreciate having and help me keep the lights on. Let's check out 12-hour liquidity heat map real quick. See what we're dealing with here. See if a bunch of longs piled in, a bunch of shorts. Looks like there's more pain to the upside right now. There's a pretty good amount of liquidations to happen if we hit $61,300. Oh boy, we need this.
Indeed.
We need this bad. But what a wild, and you know what, yesterday's pullback, this chaos, I think really all started kicking off on the news of the feds moving in, just that short-term chaos, worry. But the CPI data we got today, arbitrage as it may be, I think Bitcoin's going to be just fine. I really do think Bitcoin's going to be just fine. If we do get the big shakeout to the 50s, to the 40s, I'm going to be buying so many altcoins, it's going to make my wife sick. But you know what? Then I'm going to dump them all in 2025, around mid-2025. We got a short time frame to stack good alts, watch them ride to the sky, and then buy land with it. So I hope you guys all are focused in, locked in for this chaotic time frame. Over the night, we're going to see if Bitcoin can hold this level. And Isaac, it's been real. I think, are you shaving your head or not?
Well, the poll said.
What'd the poll say? The poll determines it.
The poll determines. 67% said yes.
Ooh.
32 said no.
You're doing it. You're doing this.
It looks like it.
You're pretty much like sort of there. You shaved the side of it already, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this for a couple more days because my barber will get mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very happy with my haircut, and then I told her I was gonna shave it due to a bet, and she got mad at me and called me autistic like my mom did. But it's okay. I've been going. She
called you autistic, huh?
Yeah. I've been going to her since I was like 8. So
yeah, that's good for you.
That.
Look at this dog. First of all, we got to send it out on the dog.
Oh, yes.
He doesn't even care about our crypto bags. This little dog doesn't even care. You got to get the shot lined up. This guy, I love this dog so much, but he is quite a feisty little animal. His name is Hoover. All my animals are named after vacuum cleaners. Hoover, Roomba. Okay. The next one, probably going to be Dyson. There he is, enjoying it. He doesn't give a damn about our crypto bags, but you know what? I give a damn about you guys supporting the channel. And with that being said, I appreciate and love all of you out there. Tune in tomorrow. I won't be doing the morning show on this channel. I'll be doing the morning show with Piano Matty B. Had to miss this morning show today to run the Discover Crypto channel. Going to record a video for the weekend, hit the gym, do some bench pressing, and I will see you very soon.
Peace.